hey, have you seen the videos talking about a class action regarding the Hantavirus? I'm sure you have. It's all over TikTok, and there's at least one attorney who thinks it's a go, and people are on some website pledging some money because they want to be a part of it, right? So let's talk about class actions. I'm not here to piss in anyone's cereal, to yuck anyone's yum. I just think that if there's a possibility of a class action that you are considering, you might want to learn about class actions. But of course, I am not your lawyer. This is not legal advice. I'm a lawyer, not your lawyer. This is for educational and informational purposes only, right? We're clear? I'm just going to teach you some shit about class actions so you understand. Eyes open. That's it. Here we go. In order for a class to be certified, it has to meet certain requirements. There's numerosity. The group or the class has to be large enough that it would be impractical to handle each person's case individually. Commonality. There must be common questions of law or fact that apply to everyone in the class. That means everyone in the group has been affected in a similar way by the defendant's actions. Typicality. The claims of the people representing the class must be typical of the claims of the entire group. So like the class reps, their issues align with most of the people or the group, right? Again, adequacy of representation. The people representing the class, the lawyers, have to fairly and adequately protect the group's interests, not just the class rep, right? There are two types of class actions: injunctive or declaratory relief. You just want the defendant to stop doing something or a policy to change, or damages, you're going after money because of the harm that was done, right? That's how you get a class certified. My thoughts, if you care to know, I feel like to go after a private individual in this instance for like failing to quarantine in a class action is going to be very difficult. It's going to be hard to succeed. I think some of the barriers are going to be around getting the class certified, because I don't think there's going to be a lot of commonality, because people aren't going to have the same injuries, right? The duty might be different. State laws, there might be different affirmative actions, things like that, standing, damages, proof, all that good stuff. Even if a narrowed class were certified, the merits are going to hinge on state-specific negligence standards, breach of duty, things like that. Also, it's going to depend on if we get a mandatory quarantine as opposed to whether these people are supposed to be voluntarily quarantining. A federally mandated quarantine is enforceable through federal authority and cooperating state mechanisms, things like that. That could have potential civil and criminal penalties. But if it's a voluntary quarantine and you don't really owe a duty to certain people, that's going to be tricky. I am not here to tell you that it is not possible. I am just one lawyer, and I'm just reading you the requirements of a class action. And I think that would be an uphill battle to go against a private individual. That's just my take. You can let me know your thoughts in the comments. But hey, this is just, I'm not your lawyer. This is just me talking some stuff. I'm going to do a video in a little bit about going after the federal government and whether people can do that. So let me know if you have any questions.